A very good morning to one and all. We begin with Standard 6 English Grammar, Unit 3. This is Part 3. The name of your lesson is Pronouns and Kinds of Pronouns. We learnt about demonstrative, indefinite and distributive pronouns in the second part. Today, in this third part, we will learn about interrogative pronouns and relative pronouns. So your sixth kind of pronoun is interrogative pronoun. Now from the word interrogative, it comes into our mind that these words are which ask questions. So let us read these sentences. Who made that noise? What is the matter? Which is your book? Whom do you want to see? Where is this pen? It will be seen that the pronoun who, what, which, whom and whose are used for asking questions. Pronouns used for asking questions are called interrogative pronouns. Now, who, whom and whose are used for asking questions about persons. Now, all mostly WH words are interrogative words. Now, when do we use who, whom and whose? These WH words are used to ask question when we are talking about persons. Now, sometimes what? What is used for asking questions about things that are non-living. So, we say for things we can ask a question what. And which is used for asking a question about the particular person or thing. As which is the cleverest boy here? It is a person. And which is the best book? It is a thing. So for both, for person and thing, we can use which is a WH word. So these WH words, accordingly when we read the sentence, we are supposed to use them. Now let us read the following pairs of sentences. The first one is, which way shall we take? And the second is, which is your pen? Now here we know that the WH word which in both are interrogative words. But in one it is a pronoun and in one it is an adjective. So now how will you know it is a pronoun or an adjective? We have discussed that adjectives will always come before a noun and pronoun will come before a verb. So in the first sentence, which way shall we take? Way is a noun. So which will be an interrogative adjective. And in the next, which is your pen? Is a verb. So which will be an interrogative pronoun. For example, another second one. What books has he selected? What shall we do now? So again in the first, books is a noun. So what will be interrogative adjective? And shall is a question. Shall is a question which we are asking and it is a verb, should verb. So what will be an interrogative pronoun? So we see that many of the words which work as pronouns can also be used as adjectives when they are placed before nouns. So let us do exercise 8. We need to fill in the blanks with suitable interrogative pronouns or adjectives. Now pronouns will come before a verb and adjectives will come before a noun. So the first sentence is, to dash did you give the message? Second is, of dash are you speaking? Third is, dash were you speaking to? Fourth, dash was dancing with. Fifth, dash thing is better, health or wealth. Sixth, dash of these dolls will you take? Seventh, dash of these girls stood first. Eighth, dash road should I take? Ninth, dash do you prefer, milk or tea? 10th, dash are you waiting for? So come on, now let us fill in the blanks. The first one, to whom did you give the message? It is, we are talking about a person, who, you. So will be whom. Second, of whom are you speaking? Means we are talking about some person. We are speaking about some person. So we write whom. Third one, dash are you speaking to? Who are you speaking to? Fourth, dash was she dancing with? Who was she dancing with? Fifth, dash is better, health or wealth. So now we can fill in with what also, and we can fill in with which also. Six, dash of these dolls will you take? Which of these dolls will you take? Seventh, dash of these girls stood first. Which of these girls stood first? Eighth, again we can fill with which or what road should I take? Ninth, what do you prefer, milk or tea? And the 10th one is, what are you waiting for? Now we begin with the last type of pronoun, that is a relative pronoun. Now let us read these pairs of sentences. This is the man. He stole my purse. So now we need to join both the sentences with a pronoun which is called a relative pronoun, and they are also these WH words. Now how do we join it? We are talking about a person. This is the man who stole my purse. So in place of he, we have to put a relative pronoun and join both the sentences. The second one, this is the boy. His nature is good. So this is the boy whose nature is good. Third one, this is the boy. The teacher praised him. So this is the boy whom the teacher praised. So all the pronouns like he, his and him, they are being omitted, and we are writing another pronoun and joining both the sentences with it, which is a relative pronoun. Now the fourth sentence, this is the house, Jack built it. So it is what? The house. So now in place of it, we have to join it, both the sentences with a relative pronoun. So we join it. It is a non-living thing, house. So we join it with that. So this is the house that Jack built. The fifth one. This is the horse. It won the race. Again, it is who? The horse. Now again, these two sentences, we join it with which. So this is the horse which won the race. Now let us read and understand who does two things. Now when we join a sentence, who does two things in the sentence, that is, who is what? A relative pronoun. It joins two sentences. It is joining both the different sentences. It is joining it. And the second thing, it is used for the noun that goes before it. Now, for example, the first sentence was that this is the man, he stole my purse. So in place of who, in place of he, we wrote who. So who is that? The man. So that relative pronoun is talking about the man, a noun, man. So we say it is the antecedent of that noun, that relative pronoun, and that noun, man, is the antecedent in that sentence. Whose does two things. It joins two sentences. It also is used for the noun boy that goes before it. Again, in the third sentence, whom does two things. It joins two sentences and it is used for the noun boy that goes before it. Now in your fourth sentence that you can see, that is also doing two things. It is joining sentences and it is used for the noun house. Which also does two things. It joins two sentences and it is used for the noun horse that goes before it. So the pronouns who, whom, whose, which and that, which join two sentences and refer back to nouns going before them, are called relative pronouns. So whenever in a sentence, if you see who, whom, whose, which, that, and before that, if just a word before that is a noun, then we say that these words are relative pronouns. So the noun to which a relative pronoun refers or relates, it is called its antecedent. So that noun is the antecedent of that relative pronoun. It will be noticed that in sentence 1, the antecedent of who is man. In sentence 2, the antecedent of whose is the boy. And in sentence 4, the antecedent of that is house. So now, when we do this ninth exercise, I am sure you will be clear that which the relative pronoun is easy to guess, to select from the sentence, and the noun which comes before it, we will say that it is the antecedent of this relative pronoun. So now let us do the exercise 9. So what does the ninth exercise tell us? It tells us to underline the relative pronoun and circle their antecedents in the sentences. And where will be these antecedents? It will come before the relative pronoun. God helps those who help themselves. So, who is the relative pronoun? Correct. And which will be the antecedent? Those. So, we need to circle those. In the second one, it is only donkeys that bray. The relative pronoun is quick, quick. Correct. That. And what will be the antecedent? Donkeys. Very good. So we need to circle donkeys. So in this way, we need to do all these 10 sentences. So come on, let us do these sentences. So the first one, as we discussed, who is the relative pronoun in the first sentence, and those we need to circle, which is the antecedent. Second, that is the relative pronoun, and donkeys we need to circle because it is its antecedent. The third one, bring me the clothes which the dhobi has washed. So which is the relative pronoun we need to underline, and clothes is the noun which is the antecedent of which. Fourth one, this is the man whose mother died. So whose is the relative pronoun, and whom are we talking about? The man. So it is the antecedent and we need to circle it. Fifth one, is this the cup that you broke? That is the relative pronoun, and cup will be its antecedent. So we need to circle cup because we are talking about cup. Sixth one, we love those persons who are kind to us. So who is the relative pronoun, and we are talking about whom? Persons. The persons will be the antecedent. We need to circle it. Seventh one, Ashok was the wisest king that ever lived. So that is the relative pronoun, and before that is king, but the name of the king is given Ashok. So Ashok will be the antecedent. Eighth, this is the juggler whom we saw yesterday. So whom and juggler will be the antecedent. Ninth, the child whose parents are dead is called an orphan. Orphan means anath. So the relative pronoun is whose, and antecedent is child. I hate the people who are cruel. Relative pronoun who, and the antecedent is people. Now let's learn that how to use these relative pronouns. Now for the first, who is used for persons only. When we are talking about a person and we have to join the two sentences and it is concerned about some person, so we can use who to join it. It may refer to a singular or plural noun or pronoun. As for example, when can we use who, whether it is singular or plural? So see the examples. The boy who works hard succeeds. So here we are talking about only one boy. The second, the woman who saw the tricks were surprised. So here again we joined with who, but the antecedent is woman, which is a plural. The third, he who is honest is loved by all. So now here he is a pronoun and it can be the antecedent. So who is the relative pronoun and he is only a pronoun. So the antecedent can be a noun or a pronoun. Then the fourth one, they never fail who die for a great cause. So the relative pronoun is who and they is a plural pronoun. So that is the antecedent. So who can be used for any, that is singular or plural persons. Now which is used for animals and things without life. Now sometimes for certain animals we can use, when we are joining we can use which, or we can use which for certain things. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. Now again we'll read these sentences, and it refers only again to singular or plural nouns or pronouns. The first one, the horse is an animal which won the race is Bali. So whom are we talking about? The horse. So horse is the antecedent, and we are joining both the sentences with which. The horses which we bought are not good. Again, horses is plural here. In the first sentence it was singular and we joined it with which. Now it is plural. Again we are joining it which. The third one, the book which you gave me is interesting. So book is a non-living thing. So that sentence also we can join with which. And the pens are plural. Which we lost have been found. So for both singular and plural we can use which. Now talking about that. That is used for persons, animals and things. Again it may refer to singular or plural nouns. For example, he is the wisest man that ever lived. Now we are talking about the person man, and this time we are joining, it is a person but we are not joining with who, we are joining it with that. The second, these are the boys that can be trusted, or we can also join it with whom can be trusted. So both are right. This is the horse that I want to buy. You're talking about a particular horse. So we are saying, joining it with that. These are the only horses that neigh. So again we are talking about certain group of horses. So we are joining it with that. This is the ring that I lost yesterday. A particular ring you are talking about, so you are joining it with that. These are the books that I have read. You are talking about specific books, so we use it with that. Your exercise 10, we need to join it with relative pronouns. So there are 10 sentences, so we will do them together. So first one, he dash is content is rich. He is a person, so we join it with who. Take anything dash you like. Anything, we are talking about something, so we are joining it with, correct, that. Third one, God helps those dash help themselves. So who. So this is the way we need to understand the sentence and join it with the concerned relative pronoun. So let us now do this exercise. So the first one, he. Who is content is rich. Second, take anything that you like. Third, God helps those who help themselves. Fourth, here is the ring which Sita lost, or that Sita lost. Both are right. Fifth, this is the boy who hit me. Sixth, this is the man whose horse won the race. Seventh, this is only camels dash can cross the deserts. Which can cross the deserts. Eighth, the man who is honest is trusted. 9. These are the boys whom all praise. 10th, they who are humble need fear no fall. Now exercise 11, there are a pair of two sentences and we need to join them with a relative pronoun. So now let us do this exercise together. So your first sentence is, he is a Rouge, no one trusts him. So now we have to join these sentences with a relative pronoun. We are talking about a person, so we join it with whom. He is a Rouge whom no one trust. So now this him was who? The root, the he. So now when we join the sentence, we do not write him. So we write whom no one trusts. So him is not again repeated. In the second, we got into a bus, it was full of passengers. So now again we are talking about a bus. So it is a non-living thing and we need to join it with that. So we got into a bus that was full of passengers. So that what we are talking about, the bus, is not repeated when we join. So we omit that it. Third one, I saw a juggler. He was showing his trick. Now who is this he? The juggler. So in that place we need to join a relative pronoun. So we join it with who. I saw a juggler who was showing his trick. And he is not repeated when we join this sentence. Your fourth sentence, here is the book you lost yesterday. So we join book is a thing, we join it with that. Here is the book that you lost yesterday. Fifth one, here is the pen you are looking for it. Now it is repeated for the pen. So when we join, we will not write it. And again, pen is a non-living thing. You can that you are looking for or which you were looking for. So we have joined it with here is the pen which you are looking for. Sixth one, he met a boy. He had lost his way. Now boy is a person, so we join it with who, and he is repeated for the boy, so that he we will not write when we join the sentence. So we join it like this. We met a boy who had lost his way. Your seventh sentence is, my brother is dead. I loved my brother. So my brother is repeated, so we won't repeat it again when we write our answer. And we join it with whom, because we are talking about a person, that is my brother. So we join it like, my brother is dead whom I loved. Your eighth one, these are the boys. Their parents are here. Their means the boy's parents. So we won't repeat that in joining the sentence. And here we join it with whose. These are the boys whose parents are here. Your ninth sentence is, Bali stole the pen. Bali was punished. So this is a little tricky and we need to change the sequence of the sentence and join it with a relative pronoun. So your answer is, this is the pen which Bali stole. Why which? Because it is a non-living thing. And he was punished. So this is the way we join this sentence. And the last one is, that is the man, we saw him yesterday. So who is this him? The man. So we won't repeat that him in the sentence when we join. So your answer will be, that is the man whom we saw yesterday. So this is the way you have to do the 11th exercise. And I hope, children, that you have understood all the 7 types of pronouns. And your homework is that you need to complete all the 11 exercises which we have discussed in part 1, 2 and 3 in your grammar notebooks. So thank you and have a very nice day.